Let's save the NBA, episode number 4. A lot of bad basketball going on. Chucking threes, load management, soft players. We fix this by adding teams. Check out videos 1 through 3 for more details on that. Let's continue with the pros. 41 games down to 25. We're creating scarcity. Low supply means high price. Not really great for the normal fan, but this will help the teams make up for lack of games. They'll simply going to charge more because it's a special thing, a scarce ticket. But this also creates a special environment. We've got to pay more. There's some sorting that goes out, and we get some real, true fans. Look at the NFL. Prices for a ticket, pretty expensive. But if you're going to pay that money to get in there, you're going to have some fun. You get rowdy environments. You get great crowd experience. It really translates and boosts the games. These arenas will be rocking in this situation. Now, you also have the option, well, if I can't get a home game ticket, maybe I'll travel. And we could see economies get boosted all throughout the country by home team fans traveling to other cities. You see this a lot in the NHL. Teams in the East Coast, New York, Washington, very expensive tickets. They go down to Raleigh, North Carolina a lot. They travel with the team for a cheaper price. We could boost multiple economies throughout the country by doing this. Also, imagine if Jack Nicholson can go to a couple Lakers games, it would be crazy. What if he's sitting courtside in Greensboro, North Carolina? And we've seen what kind of attention you get when you get people like, oh, is Taylor Swift coming to town? Is Taylor Swift going to be in the Chiefs-Browns game? It just really boosts the game, gets more media, more attention by doing this. Overall, still, we look at it, just going to make the experience that much better with fewer games, better crowds, better action. People can complain, oh, there's too many teams. Is there too much candy at the candy store? Do you complain about variety? Do you complain about options and choices? What do you want? Communism? You want 2 choices? You want no choice? You want different options. You want different varieties. You want different sports matchups. You want to see different teams facing off with different styles of play, with different players. You don't want things to be the same every single day. You don't. You'll enjoy it, just like you like college football and college basketball. Oh, but you're going to water everything down with all these teams and all of these players. College football is not watered down. College basketball is not watered down. If anything is watered down, it's relaxing outside, in the pool, or in the hot tub because of load management. Watered down is when stars don't play and we get backups. When we go to 50 games with a lot of teams, we don't have load management, and that is not watered down. Now, let's talk about practice. Practice? Yes. Think about this. Now, one thing that no one ever really talks about is that in the current NBA with 81 games, they don't practice very often. And when you can't practice, there's a lot of problems. First of all, it really slows the development of young players. So imagine you're a young player, got drafted, you're not quite in the rotation, so you're not playing every night, and you're not getting to practice. So your first 3 years, you're not even really developing. Maybe you go down to the G League, if you call that any type of development, and that's why we see a lot of good young players just not work out because of the 81-game schedule. They don't practice. Big secret, they don't have time to practice. The bodies can't hold up to practice. And if you're not playing every night, you're just sitting all day, every day as a 19, 20, 21-year-old. It's not good for player development. That's why they kind of created the G League, and that's why it's, we get what we get. Now, also with practice, when you have practice, you can develop game plans. You can develop strategies. You can do something other than shoot threes all the time. You're going to get good basketball if we're only playing 50 games and then practicing new strategy, developing new game plans. And when you have new game plans and strategies and a lot more going on the court, this makes for better internet content. This makes for better TV content, breaking down teams like you see in NFL content, like you kind of see with MLB content. But you don't see that with the NBA because all they do is chucking threes. But if there was strategy, more pick and roll, something other than pick and roll, slip screens, fast breaking, crashing the boards, Gortat screens, any kind of new strategy development, that stuff can get broken down. And all the different teams that are doing it. Also, hey, this was a little bit out there, but maybe consider putting practice on TV. Probably too far there. That's probably another video for another day. Let's keep talking about practice. Let's keep talking about strategy because there's a lot more to this that really could develop with a 48-team, 50-game league. So If we want strategy, if we want game planning, we need practice. And you can get practice with the 50-game schedule because they will get breaks. Also, we're going to develop young players. But through that practice, we get experimenting new offenses, new strategies, new game plans, which we're not getting right now. We're getting go out there and chuck threes because we don't have time to do practice. We got time for shoot-arounds. We don't have time to develop new game plans. We don't have time to develop game plans and strategies for the next team. It's just chucking threes, and that's why the game's not good to watch. But with days off, more days before games, you're going to get more experimentation. And you're going to get 48 labs experimenting, coming up with new systems, new offenses, creating new things. Like we see in other sports where the teams have time to develop game plans and steal game plans and game plan off of each other. And a college system that organically creates systems that then are used in the NFL. And we get running guns, we get RPOs, we get triple options, we get wildcats. All of this is able to develop because of practice. Yes, and so why does the NBA struggle at the moment? Because they don't have time for practice. And when they're not practicing, it's just chucking threes. You give them time off by adding teams, fewer games, more practice, get the labs going, get all these different teams matching up, coming up, cooking up, different systems, stealing from Euro systems, stealing from college systems. Let them actually practice the thing. Only get this is if you add more teams. 48 is my number. You want to go lower? That's fine, but I say go bold or go home.